UTV so ene omayimo ene amahodwa so nsam ayensa kania boaboa no eno na edu so ayede ebramo efri abeka junction ewo enkrako mu this way chocolate drink osudio ya ene enso share special ice eno so ensuo mu ode ene mu eya kroji and afa special drinks eno so emu gwa hodo do beto bia no won be bi ede amount sa enyumako ene aboafo enkae na akabom asoyasene ayede prom to breka se bono ebramo sanso ena DSTV channel 360 kaseboy ye try egusuo na de bedimo akotini bi enie amampani na adodankwa ekufado akasa de atodwa se kane mampani owura John Evans Atamesa wonye ne baby kono nya de a wo man ewure ebetumi efino da sanso ena ye kane mampani owura John Dramani Mahama wahye omampani John Evans Atamesa wonye ne baby kono ni finsha edu ehon fakase ene de bese donko ye hwe kwan se osofo so mansi kasam tutu so wa kenofo tabako piemu wo mrashebedwafie na media review no the budget statement no wo de atu edwa ensem foforo mu no yanya ne ntiasa America ko eye California nkoto ahodo awam wa meposo no eyade eja bia no odin akoto amase de ewusie si gina mu no nyasam keto enam so amanipa pempem na edwane edeje omo krankwa ba bia edwane toy o cheso mo national park bia so pa no eyade a eben abusanfo wei ene ensembia ebi account na editie na edihwe ene aso no sokojia yede ebramo ewo UTV so ewo enkran abeka junction Midday ede Afia Adutwumwaa Morosa me ena ewie prom to breka sebo no Midday ebramo afei emu ensam ankasa enie kane mampanyu owura JEA Mills a watwa nananum ewo ensie do no asomdwe park ena omen ekope no krabre na wowu ye nanampo free mu no emfie edunie enu ntimpanyufo ye ne se ba bia se bo mo pe no krabre ye asomdwe park wonum no wo mu siesi honum aye ne kama no wogira ho de hye emfinsha edu no ehon fakase na no ananana adedankwa akufado akwakoye amamra asomdwe park mo siesi ne no akwa commission kama ne nkase mu no wo se kane mampanyu Mills de enya de o manyi ere betumi efinida
Ghana mampani na adodankwa akufado ene na aban a etiso yi ayesesie mapa ewo asomdwe park wonum ni nyina no wo mo ede aye nka ye shonko akọ ede ama Ghana mampani dada wonya ne ba bi koye John Evans Atamels na mfinhia du ntemu ani edi a na mfinhia du a ye hye ho fa no etwa fata se wo mo yesesie mapa ewo asomdwe park wonum wo mo abia no ema Ghana mampani ene mpanifo ahodo ekasaye ewo ase.
Sometime after becoming president, I became aware of the sad state of Asomdwe Park. And in 2020, I received a request from the late president's energetic communications director, Koku Anyidoho, who runs the institute named after the president, for the assistance of government to rehabilitate the facility. I agreed, and subsequently, I instructed the Coastal Development Authority to undertake a thorough rehabilitation of the park with the close cooperation of the Institute. It was not right that the park had been allowed to deteriorate considerably over the years since his burial in 2012. And I'm happy that it was under the presidency of Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo, allegedly, quote, his fiercest critic, that Asomdwe Park has been elevated to a status befitting the final resting place of a president of the Republic of Ghana. I did so with that objective solely in mind, and not to exploit or take advantage of any so-called divisions in the political party to which he belonged.
Your Excellency, 2 years ago, you tasked us, Coastal Development Authority, with an important assignment to execute on behalf of the people of Ghana that we should give a befitting renovation of the Asomdwe Park. So President, work started here in July 2020, and the scope of work includes the following: the redesign and construction of an ICT lab, library, cafeteria, and artifact buildings, the construction of a concrete shed and replacement of an alcohol bond panels over the tomb of the late president, construction of a fence wall and restrooms for security staff and the general public. Your Excellency, the completion of the project brings to a total of about 446, representing approximately 60% of the 741 projects being executed by the Coastal Development Authority since 2020, with the remaining 40% in various stages of completion.
The Asumdwe Park is not only for the aesthetics or optics of it. It is going to be a place for learning, mindset transformation, and nation building. The library and conference facilities will be used to share knowledge, all because President Atamos loved and feared God. Also, because the president loved and feared God, people have already come here and started praying here for the nation. So it will also be a place of prayer. The road has been dark and lonely. The forest has been thick and unfriendly. The nights have been long and winding. The billows have been tempestuous and unfriendly. The tears have flowed from streams unending. Is this life? Yes, it is life. It is life. It is life. Through it all, I have found a friend in Jesus, and he tells me that one fine day, when this life is over, and when I serve him and my country well, when I impact my generation to the glory of God, he will give me a crown of glory and give me a home.
Wajumadiano Asia no kanema panyi Orua John Dramani Mahama so ekai Professor J.E. Mills editu dwasa wo panyi bia no bra no ho asepa a ne nsa so de ebeya den se benya bi ewo mayin.
Having known Professor Mills quite well, that if it was he who was confronted with these problems while he led this country, he would not have chosen the path of obstinacy and denial. He would have chosen the path of respect for the people of Ghana, and he would have taken responsibility to fix the problems. He would have effected course corrections and made the changes necessary. He would have treated Ghanaians with greater sensibility, and he would not have sought to shift the blame onto others. He would not have argued with his own people, the people he governs, who are enduring the hardships, and invent the most elaborate but implausible rationalization for why they are going through those excruciating hardships. My brothers and sisters, those to whom the people of Ghana entrust their mandate have much to learn from this distinguished statesman of blessed memory. The opportunity to lead a country must be cherished and respected. The opportunity to lead a country is a privilege and not a right. The power that emanates from the mandate that is given by the people is a transient tool, temporary, and is to be devoted entirely to the resolution and upliftment of the people from the challenges they face. It is not a mandate to be weaponized for self-aggrandizement and the attainment of personal or clannish friends and family ends. The use of the power that is given by the people is to be done with sincerity, honesty, modesty, and humility. Above all, our leaders must acknowledge that they are merely temporary custodians of that power that has been given to them by the people of Ghana, and all that they need to do is to add growth to our country and not detract from it.
I was for yet to work as a bono so Tema was Mashibedjani, I want onunyam for Carlos Kins Rahim Krakasa dia to just say I was so biamani at the whole which bremu esanse ebinum afa ahunchano so amasuban bonne a would disem na fenzo kon work as here and what do who ashesh menuntino wouldn't wabusia at one of my sabia would die with Japade and Nampo Nema wo edino ni was here to me a shall say na ye traso precope what the sansem were to Jabra no ni yakra my education como at the so much so any day.
The way we are seeing now, baby, yes, ama enibre kakra aba criminals no aside
okay
that is if you may use to be a survival because what target wa share wo modu soprano na say wo kwan wo fa so ye wo nioma na wo hu sa this time wo ha here na say obetumi akwa hye kona bi wonu wabusuafo na so wonu ko be fa so benya wadwumayafo na o ma ba beje wo obia make sure say ni ban bo ho nsem or fan personal na enema nkitinkiti bia me hu papers no the way doctor no e dey to kwam no ye de be ye adwuma se anadwo obekọ jogging no obetumi anka ye na wi a nipa enam kwam ma wo a friend saying adwuma mu address and now fi address and display either in your car or your car key or something bi betumi ayra mo bi ehunu ane enema bebre akaka message obi anyanga no ve nka onhwe inside na onhunu e bambo hu achechire a omdi aba no
okay
a very difficult say police for be at every particular time ne mantem ni a friend is saying junction enye bebia na be hu police for ho ana esum so aduru baby bebri ho na sa etremodinfu ete eyesa adwumabo no me say niamaye esebe komi constituency be say every electoral area be at least me pebe 100 street lights at the petit ho baby ho yesu no se be be illuminated one more o tesum di boni no onya baby emfa enten fanya sade no na saying ye show parliamentarians ni assemblies yenya kwenya energy minister and as energy ministry I promise street light be opposite by constituencies
okay
say ekobane say street light kayensa ye make sure say the petit baby a ho yesum na emma wonu mo tesumu yesade no omo da pa na adi wontumi enfo ni into police so tembia for ho banbo because they make the police for we the number of police crowd to the unit number of Ghanaians menya sure say ebrusu bibri ebia one policeman to about 1,500
and she say 1 to 500 but yen be 1 to
2,000 ho baby
yeah
na police ni baako equivalent to 2,000 people that ben na ni be ko nyina so at any particular time and one case make sure say oban bo ho hihye you're taking it seriously and personal okay. Na enioma esa de to kwanu na obidwi nya ho kwan eni usato renchemi enkan so ne mu a da bia mo de mo ma ne mo family to Facebook ne sa social media so obi pe wanya wa first thing obenya pa ayewoba anase ohukafu bia oda wakoma so onum se kwan bia onya sa nipa no a ne obeka se fabre bia so oni bi kura ba ko bobese na aba endi mo enye careful sa ne ma no na yemfa yehu ensie kakra because social media na ba be ma say we as ebie so much say anopa bia wo sori as obi won mo a bibi o be wo fie bia na bi o be na brabom every day every minute at the social media anopa sori odidi e da ho or kwadwuma da ho te adwuma da ho obafia and if you provide your friend say well lifestyle like this to the whole world umo bi ehu wakwan and I said now good one number would on a daily basis is exposed to the whole world at any time any particular time one you careful na obi a steady while who say some we say me tell one and some we say am sabe kan mo man ho and take akra
Ghana Health Service Director General one Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaje ade wakasa ede afanya wakudoa abeto Ghana maiputu prumu IB Marburg virus COVID-19 and afenso monkeypox no ehu.
Current wave of the COVID has seen, however, a downward trend compared to our neighbors, and in the last few weeks the numbers have significantly come down. We hope that it continues that way and we'll come up with measures that has to be done to continue the downward trend. We are further stressed with others like the Marburg, the monkeypox, and of course we're still dealing with COVID. And there have been other pockets of the usual outbreaks of poliomyelitis, because we found some viruses in our sewage, environmental district. That will mean that we need to sit up and quickly protect our children. There's some few cases of yellow fever and measles, which are all minor, which has been actually been taken care of, and we are continuing to engage that. On the 26th of June 2022, we identified a case of viral hemorrhagic fever. That is a case of fever with bleeding. That's the broad definition from the various orifices. Noguchi confirmed the virus was a Marburg one with Marburg virus disease on the 7th of July. In line with our protocol of quality assurance and the fact that Dakar, Institute Pasteur Dakar is the expert area in terms of hemorrhagic disease, we sent samples to Dakar on the 15th, and results came on the 15th July that one was positive, one was not corroborated, as the second case was not fully corroborated. Well, we managed them as positive anyway because we have a positive case from Noguchi. That is, they gave us the first two, monkey pox. As we are aware, WHO has declared it as public health emergency of international concern. Ghana has so far recorded about 34 cases. The last confirmed case was on the 15th of July. After the last breakdown, we had about, of the 30, we had the first 30 we had about 20 of them from Greater Accra. We have one in Bono East, Bono Upper West, and Ashanti region. So these are the regions who are reporting cases. So far, no fatality among cases have been reported, and the majority of the cases are males.
For yet Wakasia Bono eso. And that day also for show Mexico some to so I want over Ken of Ata yeah when a name say mid-year review a budget statement and economic policy and no idea or they about to draw 2022 financial year no and day and on the to draw a war Mrasibe fee and I'm so yes aka peace and UTV Centronia or Kofan Semblay Mrasibe fee Imano Akoli ewa one so and then the Babon Komo a day after home you must sort of car from Tubraka Sebosuni my hang.
Yeah.
Boko dear.
Boko Yamiado.
Yo. Yima de Atiena and Yambia and a brepoti bay and a Ken Ufuri Ata. Beshan Juma Diasi or Masibi fee.
Jo, and you may do Masibi Hadamono. There are say they Anka Atasiano, there was no swap or back parliament now or day mid-year no ebetuja there from 10 o'clock. Now, never say a Mrena sister. Edi ako Avia 1 o'clock. Na answer na EBP demo hono. They say no more suspension. And I say House now suspended sitting. Speaker and Kasa Right Honorable Alvan Bagin Obetna Kuyemu. Emma the omoye no Friday no corrections here was omoye on crack mu order paper ni mu ni in contract omodi yimeni no. One more we no suspended sitting at the train say 1 o'clock no bar finance minister no or no obeba at the media na betuja na minority poor edin simbi ebe 2 yen central for inim na dia omo kan honorable Haruna Idrisu or your minority leader edituja ede say Asumdwe Park say chief war Afia president Akufo-Addo eko honomo eko commission video mudi ewo honomo na minority forces say wokwa ade bi a friend of bass na say former president late Evans Asamel professor late Evans Asamel say former president nimfoni yediegu bibi say bo so a yede akare ho no ye friend of bass ewo goni kasem na asie no omatro bibi ewo ho a minority forces late president Professor John Evans Asamel ono ankasa Asumdwe Park no efa ne ho no ono ni din eni nsem na omo atro wo afie no na mo no former president din wo ho se wo ono na obe on vele eye sa ade no na so ono na obeye hu edwuma de tuja say die wa commission economy na honorable Kofu Anyidoho nso ono nso a oye opanyin a oda Atanos Institute no ono nso ni din wo mu bi na mo no former president na nkasa no late Professor Atanos ni din ka ho minority force ye won ebufu na enyenyenyenyenyenye de aban aye no nti enibeni ye no aban kɔ na omo nkɔhwɛ na yɛmfa former president ni din no yɛntro ewo the bass na Afia se de be awo ewura ho no mo pɛ a omo behu ni din no even though ni nkoni no wo ho no omo behu omo si wiase afa na nyina former president de bia ya de kai won no ya tro mu din no ewo saa wo mu nkoni na ase na adi nti na ye de a oye the third president former president ewo fourth republic mo no ya ye bibi saa de amana ya ntuni din ewo ho nti won de we ni nye dia efi ne ho tin menim ye no aban enkoye saa correction nti sema minority for ede atu idwa ewo parliament house na menso mama UTV for ase
okay na je say wo mo dia fansam twerefo so to aban nim say eni die ma de din no wo mo fa nkɔhye ho nyesa wo mo fa nkɔhye ho yes
okay na no mu jae no wo mo fa nkɔhye ho
yo na sanso ehwe mrahye bedwa fie ho no ma asem mrahye bedwafo no dodo no entumi ma asetena ene da ye wura kenoforiata de media review no ebetu dwa no efie ho no omo dodo no etesai omo bakama
emra na omo ebetena ase a speaker betena ase omo bompa ye na omo ye no Friday no omo hwese bibia da ne kwamu nsem omo die tintimegu kata so no saa na se wo so omo ye nsache ewu mu no na omo no na wo hwe wo majority any minority na nkonwa no bibiri wo hono ma na empty but say omo cost suspension in tebebo 1 o'clock on betain abetena se no no worry mu say ebedu hono de na dem hono mo ayema na mu asase na ene omo betena se ne de na attendance no na dipa bibiri ma so Japan bibiri ni dem in situation wa ha no mo eno no
yo yima anyambia mo mrahye ensam trofo amokofa nsam e wo mrahye bedwafe eba no ade na mo expect say betumi apie ewo ye media review no emu
well media review no ye de hwe nim ni say say aban e de oman no akose kopem we free IMF wo
okay
omo ba na omo bae ene aban pinyifo ebe ye nhiemu ntie no dia ye hwe edese bia nhiemu no betumi influence nieme bi ewo media review ni mu
okay
ntie no anka originally ne bia senia media review no ebe ye no ye fo se bia enkoye senia ade bia no ye hunu no na sisi a ye kopem we free IMF wo ne de nieme bi ebe sisa ntie no these are some of the things that you say you see wo media review.
Yo, yima yebeda se ene wa manbo. Ewusanfo yensem hwani okofa nsam ebraye ewo mrahye bedwafe ne dindi imano akoli ena yete ne nka no. Yeto akase bono so na yakọ ensem foforo emu. Enhonyini a waye ede ama Professor John Evans Atamesa wa free mu ewo Asumdwe Park no. Edom kuma ewo mrahye bedwafe akasa ho ede atodwase ne din no. Ye yibi efri mu na so wo hwe eye na danko akufu ado no na ekobie adwumade ano na afenso no ye Kwaku Anyidoho ye executive director ema Atamis Institute wo mudi ne atro ne pepepe enegu ase no ntino senka bank na danko akufu ado wonko na eye Professor John Evans Atamis di no onkoye ne ye kama no bia edu ho no ma owu se ampa kane mampani owura John Evans Atamis enie
morning press conference is to demand from President Nana Adutwumwaa Akufo-Addo and his associates such as Kwaku Anyidoho to do what is right and appropriate and to remind them that the office of the former president is an institutional office. It goes beyond the persona of John Evans Atta Mills. So long as our democracy endures, we will produce former presidents of our republic. But we want his name to be honored because he deserves honor. We know that God has honored him. But our disappointment is those of you who have had the opportunity to visit Asumdwe Park. The bust of him, if you have doubt, go and visit President Nkrumah's museum. You see his bust. It says Kwame Nkrumah, 1909, as he lived till when he passed on. If you go to that of John Evans Atta Mills, our respected president, beneath the bust is not his name. It is that unveiled by Nana Adutwumwaa. That is not Mills's name, Professor Mills' name. That is not his name. And we find that incredibly unacceptable and offensive. And then you see reference to the President of the Republic unveiling it, and sponsored or supported by those of you who are on social media. Read the exact text for me. I need it. And assisted by Kweku Anyidohu. You know, everywhere in the world, those of you who have visited the Lincoln Memorial in the United States, is for his eternal memory that you put his name there so that visitors will know that this is John Evans Atta Mills, the third president of the Fourth Republic, who passed on in public service, serving Ghana as its president, not who has uttered where his final sleeping place is or who sponsored is. And as I said, the president and his associates must take immediate steps to go and correct that wrong and that anomaly. We find it incredibly unacceptable and incredibly offensive. But for the peaceful nature of the late John Mills, I would have just walked away from here there and go and change it myself. But that would not be in honor of the late John Evans Atta Mills. He preached peace, and I learned peace from him. Other than that, ordinarily, we just walk from here. We walk and take it off, and then put what is appropriate. Persons who visit the Asumdwe Park must know that is a final resting place of the late John Evans Atta Mills, president of the country, who passed on in office, and to his eternal memory, this bust is put in place. How then can any of you explain that just beneath the bust, you see who unveiled it and who sponsored or who supported it? That is not his name. And for the unsuspecting people, somebody may come and then the picture will be referred to as unveiled by. In any case, I never even saw Professor Mills in that kind of brown attire. I never saw him in that kind of brown attire.
I was for you to work as a bono eso. Child Rights International penyo dano eye ora bright Kweku Afia kasa dia to just say. Free senior high school hye na was empanyfo etumi eye pensemu ewo mu ebiem na so yenso a wo ma emu enna ho o ma ne transparent se da be ya obi abetumi ehu die tue mu.
One of the things that made me who free SHS was a communication if you are buying so a baby sometimes no na and share that near papasa because one policy need a social policy. And you know, say you can't want some. We'd have to have a direction for how we communicate the policy to people and how microphobia to be appreciated. And it's the more reason why in here, or quite a prime person or different SHS no, a fast in terms of this review no. And anything I acquired ideas, you are not some about to get because a ban me at say and yeah, IMF negotiation no crown, yeah, the Sabeka free SHS no. And the moment there to honor microphobia as a PTA for I started contributing towards the free SHS no for feeding of inquiry secondary schools near there. And her ever told ya say Director General so can say or no or deny and yes and no can. But it shows a certain level of inconsistency here. We should not just take it for granted, say that is why I am very important. Say anytime I implement social policy, I see and so on my no you to me to you or near to a buying for say or quite way now differ all the policy number first one. Inti ya futuo say ni omokano no krenya no kre aban IMF negotiation for monsanka and I say PTD omuye no krenya no kre Director General di obeka no krenya no kre no e see etimi etu aban for say sa policy way policy bia and say so didi agro and say osusumu bi biara say a policy or policy no e di sure. Now, one of the ways me advocate say SSR policy in here, I say the status, statutory status we will define the resources allocation, we will define the service providers, so that we can hold somebody accountable in the process, so that the quality na happen, we can still get there. Inti media as or minor. We should be very consistent with our policy implementation. Now, you benefit from the policy, no. You may show some commitment towards the policy. You may DHD, and never been queer. It be the actor, and him now, or Timia, now, or any year, a Timia Bomania. Policy no baby, you have been true with the nature of the policy, the intimate coyachi, and as the intimate Kaza, ye never be a few, and you know, I see a caution. Na yetimi implement policy no na oman mu na kaza yenya gidi se ebetimi implement policy no ntimi twa of so yenya sa gidi no na enema yeso ebetimi ayede aboama policy na gina no yenya mfamboa
Afi Ojura afahye no Ghana Tourism Authority akoya amamra wonom adanedi
Ojura afahye afibia mu no empenfo wa akropon kwapem ebrilate Manfe and Afi in Potem what this is so and that's what Shahofa. Now Finsuno and Pinfire and so Jirafash and September was so many that also doom you know and if you do so and Obesha Hofa we am an anaqua donko kisi dua crahino to sum you know a quapemine Wakasa Chilemusa few Jirafashano I do Obesha Hofa no where who says from Jim Mapa ever found into Mapa a dear fra was Afashimu Nanam Sayo some what you made damambrenia mania d. I'm my Ghana is young say what dear. Oye.
Feel dry. Say when they can't catch them say. The other. Be a coy. Ni ane na mo di jaw yen. Ye be say you be cause so so. Ni afia ni so yi. Na nchiri maso asan abeto so. Ohene foforo. Enya hena brante. Na na mo hye no. Oba betim na ma niama atoto yi. Na mom niama bi e koso a enyi de. Ohena ye na adwene say. Sa suban no. Mentro kwamam osi enim so kwamam eye Christopher man na mo ye media fo yesre mo adaroma just mo bodawuru no boya na suban no de me hu bi se niama eye ba no enye fe mrante ne ma ba no obakuru no mo niama wo ye no enkoyi na ni na so ye no so ye besrem mo ne painful a ogito man mu titro police fo boya na ebe boya because niama driver phone ni cars wo de be kru no so no e kan bi cars wo de ban no eni normal nti wo suban na wo de ban na wo ya de kwa wontumi nka se kai we me tro no normal kra na makobi sase and also very important say security wise and also another to sing wo dwumadi a yedi odwura mu
na no kwakra mu no na sanahemia na nawia tibukurunti enso kasa ena wotiri mu a ompesa fahye na chire no obeti se covid-19 yarewa na tiatise e wone mantamu ne sai sunti no obi bia be ya adwen se afahye edu woni mo nyamba be pie mu e wa se no hwehu ni se covid-19 hyehye ni nyina no ubedi so
kwa bibi ti se nkabom e ya afahye bia ye ne nanu mahyehyɛ ato de dawo na yen yere to aso enti no odwura nye adibi ti se sebe bibi keke e modo e manka bom won e wa kwantumu be bibiara wo bi afe ne so a obebe fie e be ye deposit afe na so na wori be fie no be ye enuanom nka bom enti won e wa monone no so wo ba se eni jesu ne nka bom so eni odo kwan so enti ye be stress odwura na wo ba ne enye bibi se wo ba keke anuanu mabebe nyina ne adofo bebe nyina ne enya hwe yi se covid no wo ho enkoe ti ye bestre so obi obebe bia omo no ho ban washing hands ne sa ne mani nyina ye stress obi a try so obeye afi biewu mrante ne meba na eba no won hwe wo ho yi titiru mmia no wo ho asiesie ye bestre na mosmo mu aye na dawuru no kwa achiri
Adishia wonom etiti mammo bi senyo abato mpesua so ewo ayewa so North Kropon emu Greater Accra mantemu no enya ne ntie se wo mo ato wo agumonte so ayo ye kire e de etie ayewa so North Kropon assembly no ne nyina ne se baabi omote no assembly no abetu wo mo afri ho no
mammo bi senya electoral area no won kramantemu wo mo kire se empenifo etu wo mo e de wo mo afri baabi a wo mo te a ne nyina no mo didi se eye ohyeso na enam na kwan so enti ene ye oye kire nche wo ma ye pa de atia mensi kopon assembly no a UTV nsentwefo yakwa kotwa ede ebremu
yeah ye wasenya electoral area hase and I was enough mammo bi sabi ye nya o ye Ghana for we are president so one trouble be anima ana ugusote it means that odoye opeyasa yesu tirao sa wotie enka e wo media so a woni MCE enkasa e ya wa so no MCE honorable MSET woni the Greater Accra regional minister honorable Elikote woni the kasa si apa chao omoya na enyama moya de
Mikunu ayare adaho wogugu daho ohwade miniska obi asusu ni ho a obabua me sesi a opam ye hyehye sei ehi na ye wa ye ko enti ye dia disede kese edi ma ye papa na na dokufu ado yesre na se ohu ye mobo ye ne ye manum ye ne babia ko me amika se mikunu yare
mituem me ma me onibi papa nibi papa yo papa me o se ye nkwan ye pana chopa edan yo sipo wieye asaso sa atu ye nkwan asaso sa atu ye nkwan pa chopa
ye kitankola obi mu kitankola 3 nkola 4 single mother open na wo hwe wo ba nti sesi na wo tu ye no sesi aso ye wo second term ye ni first term na waka se ukope school nyame ye odumpo na onye ska na ukonya dan na obetumi akope school aede ama akola no wo baabi ba this time ye nji nkola wo school nti asema kan se ye pa MZ cho ye sapa ye papa ye nana kufu ado cho se ohu ye mmobo na ye manu education so hu hia ye tufri asisi anu nkola no school be basa
say aha ye chance ye ntia akọ ye twa beti bia ye twa tuo e ma ban se omuda asem na omka mu twemu na omu etu na eje ye twa no ye ngusu twa tuo no omu enka amunye din na omu gije tuo ni free ho dia obonya ho fa so ye che bia o mapa me se enko se omu pe bi kura ma se enko pampran e ho kura mpo a ye che se o mapa me se enko without pay anything timisre na
maso pansa me ye yade e wo miti it is otumi a ehe fa na me fa me ba yare fo le nkotira ena ye me so me nko na me ti ewre mu ha ayare fo bebre wa ha ye hiafo bebre wa ha asijafo bebre wa ha eni ti wo mo hu ya mobo na wo mo fa asase ne mani antena so na dumre bia
yale yebetu ne yedi na sase amano odi pre be so otumi ya na ko ya mo se ye doso se tom kra na mu se tom na mu sese no ya san wo hwe nkole aguwa na se so pam ya ne de to de ne de kra ya nya bi e na to mo le service di kra e mo le service di
Yade kasebo no eko amahodro so ensam emu na America kro a watudin California de yenya ne ntie se eja no odin ato efa baabi bia bia eno no eben eye wonom emepo mountain communities no nkroto ahodo a ewo bepo so ne honom ene eja akoto a empanyfo chese ehu yie papa enam so amoche se nano efiada no na sha se nkete na empanyfo ntimi enum no memenda 12 na enu ade ye keka na yadutwam eja na no odin ewusie se kum achese ni padoma wonum ete wonum so no na chese enyasam ketu se dudu onu an na wonum edwane edeje womu ekrankwa na manebo no kwaso kiremu a baabi eja no eto ya no ode no womu national park kese ba ko pe wonum no ebe no pa dum janyumafo besa ahanu 2000 na wonum ede anibre edum janeso ni nyina achi no entumi antentam wo chese Western United States wonum afi nyina mu no woi ene eja ato honum anu edi ye papa nam so edu baby kwa no wasi dum janyumafo e the aircraft na afi bulldozers na edum jano na enso ni nyina achi na entumi ententam enam so ama California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection paying for their to just say where the woman is so monim de nanso no ya dwo mo nsam ani se wo chese eja no ato 5600 hectares mu ama asai enema bebre enipa mpimsia 6000 so na se de ya pam wo mo anampo ya mo afiri baabi o mo tene baabi eja no wona ye de mo ekọ Syria Nevada foothills wonom na fe akopa baabi papa edu wonti ato na no enenam so ama se de California Department of Forestry paying for that to just wo mugu so ebo homodne se be eja no wo betumi edum no wo sha aircraft ni bi ne nam wiemu a eja wonom etu ensuo ni nema hodo edidum jana so ni nyina echi no paying for chese emu eden edema wo mo pa so obedum eja no Ausanfo na yenjina arehusem so na yemfa kase bono yenhome so agudie mu nsam en bongo difara edebeto aso yetwe ho abasesia